we are back with more Clash of Critters gameplay. This game is coming out in 20th May, which is basically in 2 weeks, and I have been playing this game for 1 month as a free-to-play player. I can honestly say there is a lot of fan activities in this game, but I think most important, especially for free-to-play players, and I'm a free-to-play player here, is of course Tataris, which is basically the critters which we are using for the progression in the game. Currently I'm on a 729th place on Endless Dance. Of course, you are progressing with the map, getting rewards, and that's how you are basically trying out your build and your critters. Of course, I gathered more information regarding critters, which ones you should try to upgrade first, and I will try my best to explain those ideas which I gathered in this 1 month. I will repeat, I'm playing this game as a free-to-play player because I believe most of the players are going to do same, and I will share all the free-to-play guides and thoughts which I have. So basically, these are the creatures which we are upgrading by the stars. We are upgrading the skills, the attributes. We are evolving them like you are evolving your Pokemons in Pokemon Go, right? Of course, evolving matters because whenever you are evolving your critters, you are basically not only changing the skill and the stats, you're also changing the look of your critters, which is one of the great features of Clash of Critters, right? Why it's important to understand which critter you have to basically evolve? Well, every single evolving has its own mission in Clash of Critters, right? That's why you won't gonna need to waste too much time by evolving unnecessary critter, because some of the quests are really hard, right? For example, quest for the Frostbow. If I want to evolve this critter, I need to clear 8-80 tier stage of the gameplay, which is I'm pretty far, right? Even if I will begin trial, I will need a lot of time until I will get to that stage and even clear it. That's why, and of course, we need to understand that we can only evolve one critter per time. So basically, if you're gonna begin trial with the Frostbow and you can't really evolve him fast enough, you are basically waiting until this one will be done and you will move on to a next one. That's like important trick which you have to understand whenever you are thinking about evolving your critters, and I believe that's the most fun activity currently in this game, and hopefully everybody is trying to evolve those critters. So we know why it is important to understand which Tataris or critters you want to upgrade, right? Other than that, well, decision have to be strong because it will take some time until you're gonna evolve, but until you even gonna click on involve, you have to increase the stars of your critters, which means you are putting a lot of resources. In my opinion, like, we know that in this game we have water style, we have fire, we have grass, we have rock, and we have lightning. These are the styles which are good or bad against each other depending on your critters, right? And every single critter has his own preferable like faction, let's say it like that, right? My tip regarding these badges, these water styles and the fire styles, when you are upgrading your critters, at least have 2 critters of the same style upgraded, because you want to need them whenever you are clearing those stages, right? Like, for example, for myself, I'm upgrading 2 fire ones, this one and this one. I'm upgrading 1, 2, 3 grass. I'm trying to upgrade water. I'm trying to upgrade rock, and another one which I will try to upgrade will be lightning, right? You want to have at least 1 or 2 good critters for each class which we are having here. So get 2 water, 2 fire, 2 grass, 2 rock, and 2 lightning. This will be good for your progression in Clash of Critters, because you will have at least 1 or at least 2 same style critters which you're gonna move around the clearing stage, and it will be beneficiary for you because sometimes even like fire, grass and rock is bad in the current stages, and you want to have some more rocks or some waters, right? So that's like small tips which is important. So regarding the critters, which is the most important, I prefer my offensive critters, which are the DPS critters, and generally not even DPS, maybe all the critters to deal AoE damage. If a critter is not dealing AoE damage, then I want them to at least give the zombies slow effect, immobilize effect, basically stun them for some time, so I will be able to clear those zombies. That's why my offensive critters, which I'm trying to upgrade, are currently Frugagon, which is really nice. You can see we started with Frugling, then we are Frugatode, and then Frugagon. Basically, you can read these skills, it's really easy to read. Dealing AoE damage, that's the most important words which you want to hear whenever you are reading DPS critters skills, right? And of course, more you're gonna upgrade your critter, this skill will get better, right? Here, just occasionally explodes, here sometimes explodes, often explodes, inflicts slow, and the last one is even stronger. So my offensive critters, I want them to deal at least AoE damage. Same goes to the Azurion, which is the latest critter which I managed to evolve. At first it was Blue Flick, inflicts burn and AoE damage. That's the most important word, right? Next one, inflicts burn, deals AoE damage, and the burn can be enhanced, which means this burn will deal even more damage. So these are my most important offensive critters. Now here, for the Frostbow, it's interesting because it doesn't really say that you are going to deal AoE damage, right? But fires and ice block that inflict slow and splits into smaller shards, and these smaller shards actually deal damage. If you want to see, this is small video, you can see this is AoE damage. So for the water, if you're gonna upgrade Frostbow, you will be doing good job, because this one is one of the best offensive critters in the game, right? The last and the red one and the mystical one is really good in terms of skill, right? And it will be really useful also. Also, not only defensive one, we have 5 like guardians, right? We have guardians, we have supports, we have DPS and tanks. But for my offensive ones, I believe dealing AoE damage is super important. So for the early game, if you are going to put your resources on Frugagon, on Azurion and Frostbow, I believe you are going to do a good job. Also, in Clash of Critters, we have tank critters, which is of course super interesting and important, because that's the ones who are going to tank. If they are going to die, your offensive and DPS critters won't gonna do much. So I believe here you still have to try to get at least 1 tanks for every style. I like the Stalkerix. I am actually managed to evolve. Mantini is the first one, and what you can see here deals AoE damage. Even for tanks to deal AoE damage, it's super good. And plus we have like 3 evolve for this critter, and trust me, it not only is really tanky, but also deals a lot of damage. So I believe increasing ranks and evolving this one will be really good. Also, one of my favorite critters in the game, which is the Rublet. I managed to evolve Rublet once. This is basically the dragon, right? And bigger it gets, more you're gonna involve this critter, it looks nice in the end. This is super tanky. Also, of course, it deals AoE damage, even here, right? We like to even our tanks to deal AoE damage. Last evolve is always great, right? But as you can see, since I'm a free-to-play player, I can't have every single critter upgraded. That's why I'm going to try to find even more tanks in this game, and one of the tanks which I really like also here is, let me find this one. This one is really good, Stackling, right? I will try to evolve Stackling as a tank, It has a 3 evolves, which is important, and this skill is really good. It has a shield. Whenever it doesn't gonna have a shield, it will try to get another one, and meanwhile it's going to deal damage, right? You can see here, and it's actually really tanky because it has a big shield, and trust me, shields are not for every single critter. This is the main idea for this one, right? And yeah, that's basically the tanks which I like so far. Also, this one for the lightning, I'm generally using the Sparket. It deals AoE damage, which is good. You can see here, whenever 3 zombies are coming, plus if you're gonna have lightning style in 3 critters, it deals lightning damage also. And yeah, this is the good lightning tank in my opinion, not the super amazing one, but still nice. Also, in Clash of Critters we have Guardians. Guardians are like fighters in Clash of Critters, right? It's not tanks, it's not DPS, it's not squishy as DPS, or it's not as tanky as tanks, but they are semi-tanks, semi-DPS, right? And unfortunately I don't have a lot of Guardians upgraded. The first one which I liked was the Hero Pop, and guess why I liked this one? Because it deals AoE damage, and it also has 3 evolve, which is also really important, right? Hero Pop actually deals quite a lot of damage, and it's pretty tanky, not as tanky as the tank, but still really good. Also, for the fighters, for the Guardians, I actually really like this one for the water. Cribbler, pretty good. I will try to evolve this one until the end if I can. It's actually also deals AoE damage. Unfortunately, inflicts also shredded, which is even a big plus. Gains attack boost, and when healed, even better. So for the Guardians and for the water, this is really good. Try to get it. It will really increase your style and increase your damage and tankiness, right? Here for the lightning, this one might be good, but for the early game, not invest too much resources for this one. But still, while I'm playing this game, I'm getting even more and more critters by just the gameplay, right? Yeah, of course, I almost forgot for the water. This is really good for the water. Launches a Bubble, deals AoE damage because it becomes invisible after taking a certain amount of damage. Basically, really hard to defeat this one. Also deals AoE damage, and pretty nice Guardian for your lineup. Also, we should not really forget that there is one and couple of unique and support critters. This one I really like. Goonbug, right? Goonbug can be like separate occasion. I believe every single player would want to have a Goonbug, right? And plus, it has a 3 evolved, which is especially amazing. And let me show you why Goonbug is really strong. Look at this skill gameplay, right? You are standing and you are basically dealing damage to everybody, inflicting fragile, also more evolve you're gonna do, better it will be. Basically, one of my favorite critters in the game, right? And the class of this one is Specialist. Specialists are really cool critter style in this game. We have couple of specialists. One of the that one was one of the main one, and let me find. I wish they will add some kind of. Yeah, this is another specialist for the lightning team, but it does something different, and let's see what it does. Inflict scouted, basically AoE damage. When scouted expires, affects enemies, takes damage. They are stunned for a couple of seconds, I guess, or not. Yeah, they are moving slowly. They are kinda lightning struck. Yeah, this is the specialist for the lightning, which I believe is not better than the first one, right? Also, this is really strong specialist for the rocks, Drillero. It deals a lot of damage, a lot of AoE damage, and if you want to have a specialist for the rocks, I would suggest you to go for this one, right? Other than that, let me check if I'm missing specialist for the fire, but I don't. I think fire doesn't really have a specialist for them, right? Yeah, no specialist for the fire. Also, the last style of critter is supports, right? And I really like supports in Clash of Critters. Let me show you one of my favorite supports, which I have to evolve at some point, right? Here we have Churling, right? Churling has a 3 evolve, which is amazing, and I believe this is one of the best supports in the game. It's basically dancing, deals AoE damage, that's 1+, while healing nearby enemies, nearby allies, that's 2+, and granting them support, attack and defense boost. Basically, this one critter gives so much good stuff that it can be 3 critters or 4 critters separately. Dealing damage, healing, giving you attack and defense boost. So for the supports, I believe Churling is the best support in the game, and if you're gonna put your resources on Churling, of course, it will be nice. Also, we have Frugland, but it's a little bit weird. Deals like throws spores, deals AoE damage, and deals little bit damage to your allies, and they give them attack boosts. You can see how much better Churling actually is than this one, right? Let's check. We should also have this one. The healer, basically support and healer. This is the healer, not really the perfect one, but for early game maybe you can use it. But I believe we should have something with the waters, right? Support with waters. I guess last specialists and supports are one of the lower amount of critters in the game. But yeah, I believe for the supports, Churling is the best one, even for early game and even for late game. But yeah, you can see how many critters you have to actually evolve and increase stars and the stats. But take it easy, go with slow. You can see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 critters in 1 month at least started to evolve. I even managed to evolve this one in a 3rd one. So basically, if you're gonna choose which critters you like most, check 3 evolves are must. Try to get them right. AoE for tanks and for the offensive ones, supports healing is great, buffs are great. For the guardians, same style, AoE. I hope after watching this video it will be easier for you to decide which critters you have to put your resources in. Other than that, we're gonna continue playing this game as a free-to-play player, the Clash of Critters, and we're gonna do more videos in near future, right? As always, if you like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It gives me more and more motivations to make more content for this game. I wish everybody amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye, good luck.